Good morning, guys. Today we are moving on past ratios onto unit rate. And unit rate is something that we actually use in the real world a ton. It is a rate in which the second quantity is in the comparison is one. That's the mathematical definition. The definition we think about in real life that I like to emphasize is how much does one cost? How much is one? How far can you go on one gallon of gasoline? How many points can you score in one game? How many dollars is one can of Coke cost. It's when the second quantity is one, is how much one is. And we use that all the time we shop. And I don't know if you guys have ever gone shopping before, and you'll see that most things have a price tag, and hopefully you can see this. And not only do they have a price tag, but they have a smaller price next to it. And that is the unit rate. So $2.99 is how much this yogurt thing costs right here. This container of yogurt is $2.99. But per ounce, it's 9.3 cents. And we can use that unit price to tell which one is a better deal between two different sizes. So if we look at these two, the big one's $2.99. The small one is 85 cents. But look at the unit cost. This is 9.3 unit cents per ounce, and that's 14.2 cents per unit ounce per ounce. So that means that even though this one's more expensive in the short term, that you're actually paying less per ounce. And that means that this is the better deal. So even though it has a higher cost up front, you are paying less overall per ounce for what it is. And let's do a couple of these so we can kind of see what it means in real life. So I'm frozen. Find the unit rate. So if you drive 180 kilometers in 3 hours, how far would you drive in 1 hour? It's that second quantity in the ratio is one. Well, for everything we do today, and everything we do with unit rate tomorrow, and everything we do with unit rate when we come back, all we are going to do is divide. We're going to take 180, divide it by 3, and that would equal 60 kilometers per hour. What happens if you eat 54 hot dogs for 18 people? Well, that'd be 54 divided by 18, which equals 3 hot dogs per person, HPP. And what if you can type 160 words in 4 minutes? You would take 160 divided by 4, and that tells us you can type 40 words per minute. And if you notice what's the word I'm looking for? That overall theme, that with that P in the middle, that's per. When we talk about unit rate, per is a big word because it's per 1 hour, per one person, per 1 minute. It's that term we use a lot for unit rate. So now this says a bucket of Worth softballs costs $84 on Sports Academy website. Each bucket contains a dozen softballs. How much does each softball cost? What is the unit rate? So for this, we will take the total price, which is 84, and we will take that and divide it by the quantity. The quantity is a dozen, which is the same as 12. So we'll take 84, divide it by 12. 12 goes into 84 7 times. That's 84. I subtract, I get 0. So my answer is $7 per softball. That is the unit rate. The unit rate is simply how much does one cost per softball. This is $7. So that is the unit rate. Here it says, Under Armour sells 4 pairs of socks for $23. How much does each sock cost? Or each pair of socks cost, not each sock, each pair. Find the unit rate. So we take the price and we divide it by the quantity. So I'm going to take 23 and divide that by 4. 4 goes into 23 5 times. I subtract, bring down my next number, bring that up before I forget 2. 4 goes in 30 7 times. 7 times 4 is 28. I subtract to get 2. Bring that 0 down. 4 goes in 25 times. So that tells us each pair of socks costs $5.75 per pair of socks. That is the unit rate. That's per pair of socks. Sorry, guys. Okay, Pets R Us is currently having a sale on their cat food. During their sale, you can buy 3 cans, for 85 cents. What is the cost of 1 can of cat food? Find the unit rate. So we take the price, which is 85 cents. Excuse me. And we are going to divide that by the quantity. I did not write that very neatly, so let's write that again. I have over 2. Let's try this one more time. I even have grid lines. Why am I not using the grid lines? There we go. 3 goes into 0, 0 times. Bring that decimal point straight up. 3 goes into 8 twice. That's 6. I subtract, I get 2. Bring down my 5. 3 goes to 25 8 times. That's 24. I subtract, I get 1. I add a 0, I bring it down. 3 goes to 10 3 times. That's 9. I subtract, I get 1. And you might notice that this is going to go on and on forever, that this will be a repeating decimal. But we don't need to write that. We're not going to write anything repeating. Because with money, we should all know that there's always 2 numbers after the decimal point. 53 cents, 72 cents, 81 cents. So whenever we find the unit rate, we're going to have to round to the nearest penny. So if I look at this, I have 0.283. I always have 2 numbers after the decimal. So my first 2 are my 28. So I look at the number to the right. Does that 3 tell me to round up, or does that 3 tell me to stay the same? Blue's Clues, it tells me to stay the same. So this says it'll be 28 cents per can. If this 3 was like a 7 or an 8, we would say it's 29 cents per can. So once again, when we're doing this, because it is money, we always only have 2 numbers after the decimal, 1, 2, because that's how many, there's 99 cents, and then once you get 1 more, that bumps you to the dollar. So we only have 2 numbers after the decimal, so we will always round to that second spot, to the hundredths place. We will always round to the hundredths place. So this kept repeating here. Even if it didn't repeat, I could stop once I get to that third number, because my first 2 tell me what it might be, and that third number tells you to round up or stay the same. So whenever we are dividing, you do not need to go past 3 numbers, because it's not going to matter after you're out. All right, now this is what we'll do an activity when we get back from school out in the hallways about. It's one of my favorite activities, and this is how you could use this in real life. It says, okay, we have to buy some Diet Coke, and we're trying to decide, do we want to buy it from the Walmart or do we want to buy it from the IGA? And it says which one is the better deal and by how much. And right up here we have price divided by quantity. So to find the unit rate, we're always going to take the price, the 318, and divide it by the quantity. So if I start with this one down here, 6 can't go to 3, bring my decimal point straight up. 6 goes to 31 5 times, that's 30. I subtract to get 1, I bring down my 8. 6 goes in 18 3 times. So that tells us that 1 can of Diet Coke from Walmart costs 53 cents. That's its unit rate. The unit rate of a can of Diet Coke from Walmart is 53 cents. Now I'm going to do the same thing for Diet Coke at IGA, but this is a 12-pack. So I'm going to take 612 and divide it by 12. 12 can't go to 6, so I put a 0. Bring my decimal point straight up. 12 goes into 61 5 times. That's 60. I subtract, I get 1. Bring down my 2. 12 goes to 12 one time. I subtract, I get 0. So the unit rate for IGA would be 51 cents per can. That's its unit rate. So to answer a question, which one's the better deal? Well, IGA, it costs 2 cents less. So that is my better deal by 2 cents. So you might be wondering, hey, it's only 2 cents. Hey guys, 2 cents week after week can add up per can. So that's what we can use unit rate for. Let's try another one. This says we are buying paper towel. Yes, paper towel. And we can either buy Viva from Walmart, or we can buy Bounty from the IGA. So once again, we're always going to take our price and we're going to divide that by our quantity. So my price here is $7.84. I'm going to divide that by my quantity of 8. 8 can't go to 7, so I'll put a 0, bring my decimal point straight up. 8 goes to 78 9 times, that's 72. I subtract, I get 6, bring down my 4. 8 goes into 64 8 times. So this tells us it has a unit rate of 98 cents per roll. 98 cents per roll. Do the same thing over here. Draw a line. I'm going to have 12 going into $11.12. 12 goes into 112 9 times. That'd be 108. I subtract, I get 32. I get 3, bring down my 2. 12 goes into 32 twice. That's 24. I subtract, I get 8. Add a 0, bring it on. 12 goes into 84 6 times, which is 72. Subtracting an 8. You might see that it's going to repeat, but that doesn't matter to us because we need to divide till 3 numbers after the decimal. And the reason we go to 3 is the first 2 is how many numbers are in money. So 92 cents is what we have in money. But because it went past those first 2, we have to at least look at that third one to tell us, is it going to have us round up or is it going to have us stay the same? And since it's 92.6, 5 or more, let it soar. 4 or less, let it rest. That 6 is going to tell our pennies, the number in the hundredth spot, to round up. So we're going to say a roll of paper towel at IGA would be a unit price of 93 cents. So which one is the better deal? This time it is Walmart. And it is by 5 cents. So that is the type of stuff I want you guys working on today. So please do your assignment. If you have any questions, contact me. But I will be talking to you guys soon. Bye, guys.